Hi, today I want to discuss with you on the topic Prophecy is Not Automatic. So I pray it is a blessing to you and that you receive understanding as well as the next steps that you have to take. So here it goes. Have you received a word from God, a word of destiny, a word about your calling that you're expecting to come to pass? So here are things that you should know about it. Number one, the promise or the prophecy you've received will come to pass in God's timing. Most of the time when we receive a word, we think that its fulfillment is for now, but that is not always the case. For example, Isaiah the prophet prophesied about the coming Messiah. It's a prophecy that you can find in Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6. But it took hundreds of years for that promise to be fulfilled. Hopefully, you don't have to wait for that long. But the point is this: you should ask God about the timing of the promise that you've received. Number two, most prophecies in this new covenant we have in Jesus Christ are conditional. My spiritual father says that about 90% of them are conditional. So that means that they are not automatic. You need to do something about them. Let me repeat it. You must do something to see your promises, your prophecies come to pass. And you ask, what should I do? That's a good question. You need to pray. You need to be on the offensive, spiritually speaking, to prevent the enemy from stealing that promise. Because if God told you, there is 100% chance that the enemy is working hard to prevent you from getting that promise. So you need to be on the offensive, spiritually speaking, and not on the defensive. But the actions that you have to do are not only spiritual. They are actions that you must take in the natural as well. It could be some form of training that you may have to start a new habit or stop old habits, change locations, etc., etc. Usually, the actions required are part of the promise. So do not forsake the instructions attached to the promise because they are a prerequisite to seeing its fulfillment. Last but not the least, when that promise is fulfilled, don't relax. Let me repeat. When the promise is fulfilled, it is not the time for you to relax. You have to be even more alert because it is when you are at your highest that you're the most vulnerable. So don't stop praying, don't stop fasting, don't stop waging war spiritually speaking, don't stop doing the things that led you to your promise. There might be a few adjustments to make because it is a new season, but it is definitely not the time to relax. And let me give you an example from the Bible. It's the story that you find in 1 Kings chapter 11 through chapter 13. It's about a man called Jeroboam who received a prophecy. God told the prophet to tell him, Jeroboam, that he was going to become king. Because of the sins of Solomon, the kingdom of Israel would be divided into two, and Jeroboam would become king over 10 tribes, and then the descendants of Solomon would be king over Jerusalem. And you know what? That promise was fulfilled. He became king. But how did he end? He didn't finish well because he lost that promise. He lost that promise because he relaxed, because he allowed sin to enter into his heart. So remember, prophecy is not automatic. It requires prayer, it requires warfare, it requires action. And when the word is fulfilled, it is definitely not a time to relax. So I pray that God gives you wisdom and revelation about His timing concerning the promises given to your life so that you don't miss them. I pray that you receive strength and boldness to do all the things that you have to do in order to see your promises fulfilled in Jesus' name. God bless you.